We're back, and I got to tell you, Bartlesville is fast becoming a mecca for entertainment. And we have a clip of a show that is about to open in Bartlesville, and I want you to take a look.
What's this stuff?
Paint remover.
We'll be glad when you're dead, you rascal you. We'll be glad when you're dead, you rascal you. When you're dead in your grave, no more women, no more grave. We'll be glad when you're dead, you rascal you.
I wanted to give you this. This.
Oh, no, don't speak. Don't speak. Be silent. Be silent. Please don't speak. Be silent.
It's a good-looking show, off-Broadway show, and Val Callaghan is the managing director of the Bartlesville Center and is our guest for this segment of Perspectives. Welcome.
Thank you.
Good to have
Good
you
to
here.
be here. Thank
Tell
you
me
for
about
having
this
me.
show, child. I'm really interested.
Well, it's written by Woody Allen and choreographed by Sharon Stroman, two big names in show business. It's a story about a playwright who is out of money, doesn't know how he's going to put his show on Broadway, and here comes along a gentleman who's going to pay for the show for him, who happens to be a mobster. And this mobster has kind of an idea for getting his cute little girlfriend on the stage. So it's the antics, 1920 antics of putting on a Broadway show with all the little ins and outs of trying to get your girlfriend on the stage.
And that has really happened in real life. We know.
I'm sure.
We know now.
Yes.
We didn't know for years, but we know now. How did you find out about the show?
Well, I work with an agent from the booking group in New York, and this show went on the road, and it's been touring this year and done very well across the U.S. And they just said this would be a great show for Bartlesville. So we were happy to snap it up.
Well, I got to tell you, Val, you've been here before, so you're
Yeah.
no stranger to these digs. But as we talk about this, our director has some more pics and video that he's going to run to let folks at home know a little bit more about what they'll see in this particular show. But tell me, if you will, when is it and what kind of prices are we talking about?
Okay, the show is for one night only. It's Monday night, March the 14th at 7:30 p.m. at the Bartlesville Community Center. And tickets range anywhere from $19 if you're a student all the way up to $60. So depends on how close you want to be to the action.
But it is a musical.
It is a musical. It's a musical comedy. So we're going to get everything from the elaborate costuming to really great choreography.
You know, I don't know if folks realize it, but anytime you have a traveling show, the support group, in some cases, is larger than the body of actors. I mean, you got seamstresses, you've got riggers, you've got grips, you've got lighting techs, you've got all this stuff.
The backstage crew is really amazing for this show. Just locally, we hire about 30 temporary employees to come in, stagehands to come in and do things like the rigging, and we hire some professional folks to help with wardrobe, wigs, and costuming. So yes, you're right. It's just something for everyone to do in the showbiz world.
You're
on the
looking,
show.
though, at a major entertainment venue visiting the prairie.
Yep, we're lucky. I mean, we just feel so honored to have a Broadway in Bartlesville series in Bartlesville.
I don't think luck plays anything into it. I think it's your talent and the talent of some folks that work with you that you can say, thanks, folks, you know, nice job.
We're just, you know, folks have really responded well to the Broadway in Bartlesville series, and they keep coming. We'll keep bringing the shows.
Well, I was going to ask about that because now this is not the first time that you guys have brought a show through.
This is our 14th season.
Right.
So Broadway in Bartlesville, typically we like to bring in about 5 shows per season, and usually at least 3 to 4 out of the shows are true to the name Broadway, off-Broadway shows. So occasionally we'll put in another type show, whether it be a musical or a music show or a kind of a visual art type show like a stomp or something, or a dance number.
How do you review them? Do you travel to New York? Do they send you a video? How does it work?
Several ways. First of all, I usually go to a conference where all the agents come to a big concert hall and a performance hall, and they kind of give their pitch on the different shows. They give showcase events so you can see little vignettes from the different shows. And then a lot of it is done just via, you know, communication, email communication and telephone calls.
You know, I share a story with you. Not too many years ago, my wife and I went to New York. Every time I went to New York, I was working. I didn't have time to turn around, much less see a show. But we're on the Great White Way. It's cold. There are thousands of people just kind of milling about, as you would expect. But what struck me is I'm looking around, I'm seeing all these theaters featuring, and then there's a big name here, and there's another one over there, and there's one down there, and I'm thinking, holy Toledo, it is the Mecca, you know, the place where stars are made. It really is Broadway.
It really is.
And then you see some of the off-Broadway facilities, equally large names. I mean, holy Toledo, there's a lot going on there. So we're really lucky to get them not only in Oklahoma, but in Bartlesville.
Yes, we're just, like I said, we're fortunate and we enjoy bringing Broadway to Bartlesville.
What's ahead?
So-
Do you have anything in mind for next year?
Well, I'm working on the season next year, and Sam, I can't
Can't
let
talk
the
about
cat
it?
out of the
Okay,
bag
that's
just yet.
fine.
But I can tell you about our show at the end of March.
Okay.
We're bringing in Saturday Night Fever, and so, you know, your good old 1977 disco music. People will remember John Travolta.
Sure.
He's not in it this time, but it will be a good show. Lots of dancing. So if
Lot of
folks
music.
enjoy dancing and music,
Sure.
either of these 2 shows would be great for them.
How do they react? How do the folks in Bartlesville react when they're hit with incredible talent like this? Do you see it from your perspective? Are you able to say, wow?
I stand in the foyer after every show, and I just love seeing people's faces when they come out of the theater, because they're just, you know, I have one particular couple that just each time they come out, they say, that show is better than the last one, and or that was the best show we've seen here. And so that just makes me happy that they don't have to go too far to see Broadway.
You know, Val, it's intriguing to me. You're carrying on a legacy, a tradition that started while this country was still being settled. As everything moved west, theater followed, and opera followed, and music followed. So as a town grew, the next thing you know, they've got a playhouse, or they've got a resident opera house, and you're just moving stuff along. I mean, it's a great way to follow tradition.
Yeah, and I need to mention Bartlesville, not just for Broadway, but we have our own Bartlesville Symphony Orchestra.
I know,
We
yeah.
have our own ballet company. We have the Choral Society. So we're just, I mean, we just have it from all angles. Like,
One more thing, where
Yeah.
can they call if they want more information?
so 1-800-618-ARTS.
And there's the information on the screen. And Val, thank you for coming in again.
Thanks for
I'm
having
going
me.
to make you a regular. We're going to have to put you on the payroll here.
Okay.
All right.
It's a deal.
We'll take a short break, and when we come back, well, it's been a while since we talked with our next guest. The latest from Dr. Larry Rice right after this.